Spritzerona, door dam lijst om sprit om grie, door dam voon om sprit magara, dus je gaan jole man om grie. Tishichan Kyol Manam Namachri.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's stream. We're here to do a very special mini that is very near and dear to my heart. This music is way too loud, as epic as it is. We're gonna have to turn that down for just a moment. I promise I'll bring it back in just a moment here. Today, we're painting Izzy. Here he is, guys. I've been super excited about painting him for quite some time now. This guy is very near and dear to my heart. For those of you who are not familiar with the origins of Izzy, Izzy is my Bard Warlock created within the universe of Ukodor, The Choice Is Yours. Originally from the Create Your Own Adventure campaign done over the weekend of GaryCon back in, gosh, what was that, March now? End of March, early April. God, time has no meaning these days, and so I completely forget when things actually happened. But in either case, originally created during the Create Your Own Adventure, we asked the chat to help us come up with what kind of characters we were going to play, what sort of encounters we were going to have, and everything there in between. And lo and behold, came about this lovely Bard / Warlock, who also happens to be a changeling, and the shenanigans ensued thereof. He is under the patronage of the Undying, affectionately referred to as Ozzy, and he is the master of all that is heavy metal. Hence the background we got going on right here, because I figured we needed to have something a little bit more appropriate to this image. But in either case, I've been very excited to paint him for quite some time now. I haven't been able to find the colors that I wanted to be able to make it happen, but I think I finally managed to get one thing in particular that I'm excited to try out and see how it works out. Izzy is going to have some glow in the dark, because you know what? For something this epic, you need to have glow in the dark. So I've never used this kind of paint before, so we're going to try it out and see how it works. Total experiment, but I'm looking to have some fun and improvise here. Oh, and I just realized I totally forgot one small little thing, so I'm gonna go to a hold screen real fast and then we'll get to some painting. Without any further ado, let's get some painting underway. Yes, it does look like the kind that goes on clear, but supposedly it gets more of the glow effect if you put on additional coats. So we're gonna have to experiment with that and see what'll give us the look that we are trying to achieve. Hey, Chris, congratulations. This is now your 10th time unsubscribing. I think we need to give you a prize for that now. What should be the prize for unsubscribing? Oh, I know, a free subscription. How about that? Your hair is finally long enough to headbang again. True story, man. Honestly, that's one of the few incentives that have kept me going in terms of trying to just let it go, is because, you know what? I can actually get a proper headbang now. But let's turn our light on here so that y'all can actually get a better view of what it is that we are painting today. This is Izzy, my little heavy metal Bard Warlock monster here. And the miniature was affectionately designed with the assistance of my wife. She helped me come up with the design for his visage here. I realize I just used visage improperly, but you know what? We're just gonna let it go for now. Chris isn't gonna let it go. He's gonna berate me for that for the next several hours, but even so, point being. But it goes without saying that I have been fortunate enough through the network of Fable 42 to have had several pieces of artwork commissioned over the course of the campaigns and such that I've done with them. And of course, I love being able to incorporate some of that artwork into my painting of my minis. So let's go ahead and see what our inspiration for today is. This is the artwork that we are going off of, courtesy of Saiyan Underdog, another amazing community member over at Fabled 42, who did this work for The Choice Is Yours and is going to be the inspiration for the paint job we're going to be doing today. It might be hard to paint while headbanging. Yeah, you know, that is probably true. I mean, one could call it an artistic choice. You know, I've seen plenty of work that's just literally just splotching paint everywhere. I mean, The Office might not appreciate that, considering that, you know, we have a lot of fragile electronics in here, but at the same time, you know, who knows, we could have some fun. I'd probably not want to get paint all over my, you know, computer that I just shoveled way too much money into. If you're headbanging and you're not filling everywhere, you are headbanging wrong. True story. This is why the hair needs to be long enough to properly headbang, because I have had, well, I don't know that I've ever actually had short hair, but I've definitely had short hair compared to the standards of most metalheads, I would imagine. And it's definitely been, my hair I think was probably right now at the longest it's been since college. In college I actually had it pretty long where like folks in the dorm were able to like French braid it and stuff, so it was something ridiculous. But it's almost that long again, if not longer, so who knows? Maybe I might be able to get a proper headbang going. If I can't actually make that happen, you can bet money that I'm gonna be making a video of that and showcasing it, because we have to document it while it's still possible, right? But you can see, there's definitely been some artistic liberties taken here that do not quite match the artwork, but we're definitely going to at least utilize the artwork as a way to figure out our color scheme and how we want to do this. The glow-in-the-dark paint in particular, it's for those, getting this reflection here, it's kind of hard to see, but those skulls need some glowing, they need some luminescence, they need some epicness, as well as those flames down there on the bottom as well. And I'm gonna have to try to figure out ways to make the colors white and black look interesting. Plus we're gonna have to throw some silver in there too. Next stream, Nikki braids your hair. You know, it's almost long enough to do that, so yeah, maybe. I just have to get her to not be camera shy. But who knows, maybe she might be able to make an exception if it's at my expense. All right, so what are we gonna start with here? We can start with our usual tradition of starting with skin. Now, Izzy is a changeling, and as such, he has just super pasty white skin that could easily transition into anything at any point in time. As you see in the inspiration image that we're using right here, he's pretty pale, so we're probably gonna have to do a mix of maybe some white and some tan, maybe a little bit of that skeleton bone, although I'm definitely going to be utilizing some of this for the skulls and stuff that we've got going on in here. There's a lot of detail in this mini. This is probably the most detailed mini I've ever attempted to paint, and this is only the now 4th mini that I have ever painted. So, I don't know, maybe I'm just a bit of a masochist. So why don't we start with a little base of tan, and then we'll start throwing some white in there to get him nice and pale. The irony that this color is called tanned skin, and we're going to be trying to untan him as much as possible. make a little palm tree on top of his head. Ooh, there we go. Actually, funny enough, that would almost kind of work because that's really the major issue, is that the way that my hair grows in, it's longer on top than it is everywhere else, but it hasn't quite grown out all the way on top, so I can't actually pull it into a proper full ponytail. I can sort of, I can get most of it, but it almost kind of, actually, you know, Ferrix, you would understand this reference. It almost kind of ends up looking like an Edward Elric sort of thing, where like I can get the back pulled into a ponytail, but the front just sort of just right in my face. Elf flesh is lighter if you have that color. I don't have that color as of yet. It's pretty much right now, I have the starter set for Reaper, which got me a lot of these base colors here, and I've kind of gotten all of my alternate coloring just by mixing, so I don't have that particular one yet, although that could be nice. Although on that note, maybe what I do then is I add just a hint of red in here, and then add the white to lighten it up. That's you too. You got the long hair thing going? Yeah, that seems to be the case for a lot of folks during this pandemic right now. The accessibility of getting one's haircut is not ideal at the moment. But you know what? Long hair looks seem to work out quite well in the past, so, you know, let's bring it back again. Let's bring back long hair. Yeah, just a little hint of this skeleton, just to maybe give it a little bit more skin to it. All right, now, which brush do we want to use here? It's a 2-0 round. Let's try this one. Let's see, this is coming out a little bit more pink. That red was a little bit more powerful than I was anticipating it being, so I think I need to throw a little bit more of that tan in there, because right now we're a little too pink. Especially since COVID, true story. COVID has kind of put a monkey wrench into a lot of people's plans. But I, at the same time, cannot complain too much because, frankly, had it not been for COVID, I would not have gotten as involved in this incredible community that was Fabled 42, and I am super thankful for that. Still a little too pink. Which, by the way, I saw you there, Ferrix. Stealing ahead in the lead there on the rankings in the Fable 42 Discord. I'm impressed. Still coming out very pink. Get some more of that tan in there. Yeah, 100. I'm so thankful for this community. It's kept me sane throughout all this. As always, I take no responsibility for anything that I may or may not have done. You abscond yourself of all responsibility for anything and everything. It's still too pink. Put like way more of this same. I am the Zap Brannigan of F42. I am the Zap Brannigan of Fabled 42. It's still coming out kind of pink, but think we're getting closer. Though if yours that Brannigan, then who's Kith? That's the important question. Jeff is Kith. Oh god. Alright. I think we've got a decent sort of light skin tone going here, so let's add some more. I'm gonna add some bone to it. Add some bone to it and see if that gives. Oh god, that came out. You see, the tan comes out and drops. The bone comes out and squirts apparently, so. Well, hopefully it'll give me something close to the color I want. Yeah, now we've got like fair maiden skin here, but I still want it to be almost more of an unnatural white. He's looking too human right now. We need him to be subhuman. Getting there. Sort of. Still needs to be a little lighter. Hey, how are you, mister? I'm doing alright. I am super excited to get this mini painting underway, because this guy's been sitting on my shelf for, gosh, almost a month now. So very excited to get that underway. Overall, definitely having some, it's kind of interesting. Tomorrow's the last day for Season 1 of Realms of Ukodor, and definitely got some mixed feelings going on with regards to that. I'm excited to get started for Season 2, but man, am I gonna miss a lot of the amazing folks from Season 1. How are you doing today? Alright, alright. Now we're starting to look a little bit like light pasty. I'm gonna make him just a little bit more lighter than that. With regrets to that, or regards to that, I'm doing fine, can't complain. Awesome, awesome, glad to hear it. No regrets. I have no regrets with regards to the first season. I'm just, you know, sad to see it come to an end. Yo, Sean, welcome. How you doing there, buddy? Good afternoon to you as well. Which it's like late afternoon for you over there. How you doing, man? I think this seems, we're getting close here. I want to make him just a tiny bit more unnaturally pale, and then we'll be pretty close to getting this underway here. What you doing? I am painting a miniature that I've been holding on to for a little while now, that I've been really excited to paint. This is my little guy, Izzy. He is a bard warlock and legend of heavy metal. He's a character that I've played in a campaign on the Fabled 42 network, and one who's been a character who's been very near and dear to my heart for a little while now. So I'm very excited to get a chance to finally paint a miniature for him. What a combo, right? Alright, I think we've gotten something nice and pale to start this guy out, so That's enough stalling. Let's actually get to some painting. But so you actually weren't here for this conversation. So the origins of Izzy. Izzy came from a show that we had done back in late March, early April. I'm forgetting the exact timeline right now, but he was the creation from a Choose Your Own Adventure campaign that we had done as part of GaryCon, the big D&D convention. And literally, my character was chosen for me by the chat in the audience. So I came up with a few elements to him to kind of round things out, but for the most part, chat came up with the idea and turned him into a bard warlock, made him the master of heavy metal. Like, this was a fan-made character, and I love him. Have we made Izzy a vampire? He's pretty pale. He's still got a little bit of pink to him. I probably should make him just a little bit lighter. He's still not quite there yet, but yes, he's definitely nice and pale. I had to put so much white into this to get the shade that I'm trying to go for. That's probably good. How you doing there, buddy? You get some good games in last night? I was able to tune in for a little bit of it. I had to step away at one point. Hey, Rag Guy. Well, that's right. I totally forgot I gave him that ring. That is a tiny little detail that... Let's see if I can actually show that on there. That's a tiny little detail I'll have to figure out how to paint here. Three wins in like 50 seconds. Woo! Not bad. So it sounds like it's been a good night. Right. That's not bad. I don't hate it. Well, the guys I was playing with were way better than me. Oh, that's a high bar to set, good sir. You're a pretty good player. Got so many layers on this thing. This is gonna be so tough to get into all these crevices. So those wins were pretty effortless. Oh man. Oh, so the new game I started trying is just pretty fun. We should try it. What game is that, sir? What sort of trouble you getting us into, Sean? What is this new game you speak of? Am I able to post it here, or will it yell at me? Oh, you posting a link? I don't know. I think I have that turned off. You should be able to post a link. I don't think I've turned it on just yet because I don't get quite enough spam to justify it, but we'll see. You can try it. Or you know what? You can also post it in the Discord as well if you're worried about it yelling at you in here. I think you're in my Discord server, right? Oh, nice. My hands are kind of full at the moment, so I'll have to take a minute before I can actually physically look at the link, but what's the game? It's cool. PvE co-op FPS. Galactic dwarves who fight bugs and mine minerals to level up. This sounds strangely familiar. I'm definitely gonna have to look at this now because this sounds oddly familiar. I swear I've heard of this before. It's like Starship Trooper with short people. Oh dear. Well, I'm intrigued. I'm definitely always down to give new games a try. I'm gonna get distracted painting this thing. I'm gonna be too busy just bopping out to stuff. Getting somewhere here. Skin is hard. It's hard to get it to not look chunky. So I have to use a finer brush to get those other details later. I'm gonna make a little mess here now because I'm just gonna paint it over later, but still. Might have to start actually utilizing that angle brush of mine a bit more. So I've made all these impossible angles for me to paint. Right. This is weirdly satisfying to watch. It's like I'm in a trance watching. Oh, good. I'm glad I could entertain you by allowing you to watch paint dry, quite literally. But no, for real, I'm glad you're having fun. This is a venture I did not expect to get into. It's funny. My buddy who's also here in the chat, Chris, can attest to this. I always said for the longest time the one line into nerd culture that I wouldn't cross was painting minis. And, well, lo and behold, here we are. And I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of cool to be able to just, you know, imagine what you think these things will look like and then just try to create it. How the mighty have fallen. Yeah, what can I say? All right. That's looking pretty good. Now I think it's time to switch to a smaller brush. Ooh. Yes, startled me, good sir. Thank you so much for the resub, Sean. Much appreciated, my buddy. I'm just chilling here listening to my music and all of a sudden just boom, there's the sound. Awesome, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll definitely have to look into that other game. I always love trying new stuff. We're gonna use this slightly smaller brush here because it looks like I missed a little piece of his armpit here. We want to make sure we don't miss that part. We can't have an unpainted armpit now, can we? That is the most important part that everyone is totally going to see because everyone's always going to be looking at that part of the mini. Can't help it, I'm a perfectionist. I like armpits. You know, you do you, buddy. I don't even know what to do with that. Alright, I think we need to start getting some black. Some metal black. Blacker than the blackest black times infinity. Because if we're gonna go metal, we need to go metal. I'm thinking the horns here definitely need to be black. Get like some maleficent black horns. I may have jumped the gun on the black there because I probably want to do the hair first. Oh well. The wonderful thing about paint, you can always paint over it. Those horns are gonna... I see a horn and I want it painted black. I like where your head's at. But yeah, we might want to wait on doing further detailing on those horns just yet. I think we need to focus on things like clothing first. Or yeah, what little clothing he's wearing, because apparently I decided to make him topless, so you know. Yo, Velociraptor, rock on. What's going to be particularly strange for me is, you know, we got a jam-packed week this week, but next week we have a day off from Realms. There's no show next week on Wednesday, and I don't know what to do with myself. Yeah, there we go. Oh, curse these angles. Okay. Definitely getting darn close to grabbing out that angle brush. These last little crevices there. Alright, pants are starting to look pretty good. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. There's little bits that I seem to keep on missing because I just can't seem to get the finger dexterity that I want. There we go. I've just got that inner angle there on the leg. Crevice, he said. Whoa, 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 watch that area. You know, it's kind of funny. The most challenging areas to deal with, both when it comes to miniatures and when it comes to fashion, seems to be the inseam. It's a pain in the butt no matter what you do. especially if you get a hole in it. Like, have you ever tried trying to patch a hole in the inseam of pants? That is one of the hard, I mean, at least in terms of stuff that I've tried, that's one of the hardest repairs to do. Because anytime you do it, it always seems to not sit right afterwards. I don't know. Am I the only person who tries to repair their own pants? Oh yeah, Ferrix, you said you wanted to talk, Full Metal Alchemist. Oh golly, no, Izzy down! Well, good news, he is, not sullied, he's good. Got some butterfingers there. All the time. Inner legs chafe because I have chunky legs, so I go through pants like every 3 months. Dude, I can't even imagine going through pants every 3 months. I mean, I have the same problem where, you know, I get the chafing thing going on, but at the same time, like, I tend to hold on to pants for, like, at least a year or two before I finally throw them out. They're all, like, full of holes in them and, like, you know, tears everywhere. That's actually one of the weirdest thing about times right now. I haven't gone pants shopping in forever, and it feels so weird. Pretty sure almost none of my jeans fit me right now. At least not properly. Try being female. Oh no, I understand. I can't even imagine. At the very least, you know, our options are simple. Shirt, pants, done. I can't even imagine having to worry about skirts and tops and blouses and blazers and, you know, do I have the purse to match with it? Do I have the shoes to match with it? Like, good God. I can't even imagine. If you work from home more, you wouldn't have to wear pants. True, that is one of the perks. I mean, at the end of the day, pants are overrated. Oh, you're talking about the thigh thing. Okay, sorry. I thought we were still on fashion. You feel like it's worse for guys? Well, I mean, the one thing to definitely say for guys is that, you know, for guys, there's an obstacle in the way. For guys who lift, okay. I'm really liking this black contrasting with the lightness of his skin here. I bet he'll do even more so when I give him his elegant white locks. Gross lift. I guess it would be the same. Fair point. People who lift. People who lift. Legs are my favorite body part to work out, which is funny because they get a bad rep too, because people always say like, you know, oh, skipping leg day. Honestly, I mean, I think that the legs are the part I get carried away with, because I have rather strong legs because I used to bike a lot, but because of that, I always overestimate how much I can do. And then before you know it, by the time I'm done, it's like, you know, oh my god, I regret everything. But you know, my wife always jokes I have dancer legs from my musical theater days. Next streaming update, leg cam. Oh god. And take a, well, I gotta go, stay safe. Sounds good. Thank you so much for joining. I'm glad you could hang out with us for a little bit. You have a great rest of your day. When you walk out of the gym like a newborn giraffe. When you walk out of the gym like you've been riding a horse for the last, you know, 3 hours. Get your land legs back. Oh, people might think something else is going on if you walk out of the gym like that. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I tend to suffer from foot and mouth syndrome. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that black is looking really, really nice. Alright, I think we've reached the point where we gotta start using that, And you are talking about painting minis. Yep. I am nothing if not a troublemaker. So here's my angled brush. Let's go ahead and give this guy a whirl. See if this makes getting into some of those crevices a little easier. I'm working on painting my super mutants. Ooh. Super mutants? To what end, I might ask? What horrors are you going to be subjecting your players to? Oh, this is for the is this for the Fallout campaign? Those super mutants? Just dawned on me what you were talking about. Ew. Oh man. Oh man, I'm gonna have to make sure I get a chance to witness these. Oh no! His little chest belt got a little splotchy there. We'll have to fix that a little later. But while I'm in there, let's get some of these other angles I've been struggling with. Also, hi Diane, welcome. Alright, let's get that armband there. I just spent way too long trying to level out my mic. I think I got it. Yeah, that's a chore. Believe me, even on my current setup here, the number of times that I've had to futz with things, especially when Windows decides to throw out an update and completely screw up all of my settings. But it's really satisfying when you actually get it to where you want it to be. Got a couple of other little things here that still missed some paint in the process. Once that's fully dried, I can start detailing. I am excited to see your campaign, April. I am really looking forward to seeing how Fallout translates to an RPG format. Let's see here. Might need a little bit more love on his skin here, so let's go ahead and give another coat to some of those patches that didn't quite finish. Yo, Gumby Thumbs! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Fallout is awesome, I'm sure it will be great. Oh yeah, I have absolutely no doubts about that. Plus, I'm excited to get a chance to actually see April DMs. I don't think I've actually had a chance to see that yet. It's so funny, this is literally the first character I have painted that has actually had a belly button, because he's frickin' crop topping it here. Alright, let's see if we can get this nice complicated angle here. There we are, that cleaned that up nicely. It's like we're missing some of his inner hand here, though. Can't have that. Haha, belly buttons. Rock out! Welcome, Solo. I think I love DMing more than playing. You know, it's funny that you say that, because that seems to be a common trend I have noticed amongst DMs. And at least the DMs that I've had the good fortune of dealing with. Although they still like playing. I'm still curious to try it someday, but need to work on my chops first. Haha, belly buttons. Yup. Funny stuff. What did you do to your brush? Oh, this is an angled brush. This is intentionally at an angle. Help me get to those fine areas that are a pain in the ass to get to because I had to be so detail oriented on my mini design. Happy to have you both in my game. Yep, it's gonna be amazing. I'm so looking forward to Realms 2. May or may not be editing the trailer for Realms 2. Oh my goodness. Here we are just hyping it up. Dude, I'm so excited for Realms 2, but I'm still super sad about the end of Season 1. Like, I'm at this weird blend between the both, where it's like I'm super excited to get started, but at the same time, it's like, ugh, this one's ending. Automod. There we go. I've been listening to random intro songs in my brain. Oh, I got around to that with Curiel getting up under her dress. Yeah, that's the thing. You get these super detailed minis, and it's like, you know, oh, it looks really cool. But then when it comes to actually painting them, you're like, I hate my life. Why did I do this to myself? But then you finish painting it and you're like, all right, fine, that's why I did that. I've been listening to random intro songs, my brain hurts. There are some pretty amazing ones out there, especially like, you know, there's some really nostalgic ones from the late 80s, early 90s. I know one that I came into recently because I finally went through my first watch through of Disney's Gargoyles. I never actually had a chance to watch it all the way through, and that was one of the first things that I binged as soon as I got my Disney Plus account. Freaking love Gargoyles. Yeah, I mean, the thing that's amazing about it is it's held up surprisingly well. I mean, that third season still got a little weird, but still. But still, really thoroughly enjoyed that show. What were some other really good intros from the 90s? Let's see. Oh, Animaniacs. Another amazing show from the 90s. Freakazoid on that note. I'm in for tonight, by the way. Awesome! We're gonna have Chris Solo on the crew for Sea of Thieves tonight. Oh man, now it's a party. X-Men, oh my god. Oh yeah, freaking love the X-Men theme from the 90s. Oh man. Cue Intermuse. Which probably sounds super weird hearing that compared to the music I have playing in the background right now. But you know what? I'm a nerd and I'm owning it. What time are you guys starting? It's going to be at 6 o'clock Pacific tonight, Gumby Thumbs, if you want to get in on those Sea of Thieves antics. All right. So what do we do next? Do we do the skull? Do we do the axe? Do we do flames? Let's do the skull next. Skull and... yeah, let's get the skull and then we can get the hair. All right. And I have a great color for this. Skeleton bone. I think it makes sense. I might have to do a couple of passes on it because the flames we're gonna get going on the hand skull. Alright, now the tough part, getting into these crevices here. Yeah, I'm playing a Furbog for River Break. Ooh, that's cool. Is that the one that's happening tomorrow? Or are you talking about for the new one? Saturday. Finale is on Saturday at the end. Fable 42. Oh, okay. Awesome. Haven't landed on Cleric or Bard. Well, you played a Cleric for GWs. When was the last time you've played a Bard? Playing him like Pepe Le Pew. Nice. Never really played a Bard. Styx was the closest. Yeah, Styx in his bagpipes. Ooh, yay, Furbolgs. I actually don't have a lot of familiarity with Furbolgs. The only ones I've really come into contact with was that one during the Paint Your Own Adventure. Not Paint Your Own Adventure. God, I have painting on the brain. The Choose Your Own Adventure campaign. And also, of course, because Diane, you're playing a Furbolg in Realms 2, aren't you? More like Puss in Boots. Awesome, so you get to help educate me on the ways of Furbolgs. My best only friend is Furbog for Realm Season 2. Nice. So cool. Posted a pic in Discord. Oh, okay. I'll have to check it out. Best only friend? What are you talking about, April? You've got a ton of new friends over at the World of Fable 42. It's a cool looking fur bug. It's totally cosmetic. Man, now you're getting me all excited. I'll have to check that out. Once you know I don't have a miniature in my hands that I'm busy trying to make epic. Alright, let's get this pure white here. And I think I might even throw in like some flecks of silver here. Nope. Looks like the white is drying out. Gotta use my super duper fancy specialty tool for opening dried up paint. It's a very specialized tool, they're hard to find. Hello, no. Kyriel has only ever had one friend and she's a fur. Oh, I see. Paperclips, you know, the funny thing is that paperclips are great for lots of things, and I think about 90% of my uses for them have nothing to do with their originally intended purpose. Tiny little bit of gray here. Let's throw in. I once had to break into a suitcase with one. Oh my. There's a story there that I would love to hear. Throw in some more white. Look at those flowing locks. Paper clips for the win. They're versatile little things, but again, rarely used for clipping paper. We're gonna have to change up the music in a little bit here. I think we're starting to get some repeats here. What are some other tools that are something you buy that you often end up using for something other than their intended purpose? I feel like that's a commonplace thing for a great many things. Clothespins. I almost never use clothespins for their intended purpose. That's also because of my film industry background. Or there's always the old cookie tin full of sewing supplies. Or if you're like with my wife's family, it was always, you know, the butter, or like the I can't believe it's not butter container, or whatever other insert brand of spreadable butter container that had anything other than butter in it. And then the nice surprise you get when the container actually, in fact, has butter in it. Butter, hey, it's free Tupperware. I know. You know, honestly, one thing that I've been doing a lot of is those, there are these really nice plastic containers that come from, I think it's Tellini something, the brand of gelato. I always save the containers and I use that for leftovers all the time, or for making my own homemade ice cream. Though the only thing I will say with those is definitely make sure you don't expose them to heat, because they are not heat friendly at all. You mean I can't believe it's not salted butter? Oh, you know what, Chris? Are you really gonna start this argument here and now again? For those of you playing the home game, this is Chris and my age-old argument as to what constitutes butter. I've melted some of those in my dishwasher before too. I've done it just by using hot water in the sink. Like, they are super sensitive to heat. They really do not take to it well at all. Alright, looks like my black is starting to dry out here. Let's reapply some of those details here. Actually, while we're waiting for that to dry, I can always get a little bit of that skull paint here just so I can get an idea of how that's gonna look. So I got his skull down pretty well. Now I need to get Magic Skull. Have I tried the raspberry sorbet flavor best? You know, I have not, but that does sound like a sorbet flavor I would like. I am fond of raspberry. I'm always kind of more of an ice cream guy than a sorbet guy, but if I was gonna go for a sorbet, raspberry would definitely be a flavor. I think probably that's kind of the thing. I'm a chocoholic. I'm a sucker for chocolate. So almost everything that I go for tends, if I have a choice between chocolate or something else, I will almost always choose chocolate. That being said, probably one of my favorite non-chocolate flavors is lemon. I love lemon. You get me like lemon cookies or anything along those lines, like I'm a sucker for those. All right, so it's looking pretty good here. And this chair is tough, trying to use both y'all's poses. Oh, you're trying to double it up. Oh, man. You're gonna get us all fancy. Now that I got that taken care of, let's fix those spots that I splotched on. Because it has to be blacker than black, and we can't have it corrupted with all these other splotches of color. Except for when I start throwing the silver in, because, you know, we gotta have some silver in there. Speaking of which, I think we're probably at the point where we can start attempting to get some of the base coat on this handle here. Let's give him his mighty axe. There we go. Ooh, that was a lucky brushstroke right there. I thought I might have screwed it up. I suck at speed painting. I'm not sure that what I'm doing would constitute speed painting. But I imagine that to be a talent in and of itself. What are you trying to speed paint? Oh, speed painting regular. Got it. Just get them quick and dirty, get them done. Why to do all the details, but I have to hold back? Yeah, no, that's understandable. I mean, case in point here, you know, I'm super detail oriented when it comes to the stuff that I've been doing, and I keep on, you know, seeing, well, I can add a little bit more to this. Oh, I can add a little bit more to that. And eventually you just have to go, you know what? Nope, it's done. Alright. Starting to get some cool stuff going on here. I'm anxious to get some of this silver in here. But I know I need to get all these base coats in first. But I think his coloring is looking really good. I like the skull, I like the white hair he's got going on, the black offers a nice contrast to everything. I can't wait until I start getting that green in there. Because I think that green, with all these other, you know, monochromatic colors we got going on here, I think that green is really going to pop. At least that's the hope, that's the goal. I also try not to go very far with regards to my pre-planning when it comes to this stuff. I find that my painting style so far has been to kind of wing it and kind of just go with what feels right in the moment. And so far it's been leading to me making some good decisions on things. I mean, yes, I'm using our artwork from, say, an Underdog as the inspiration to kind of give me an idea of what I'm going for, to give me the starting point, but everything else is all just kind of improvised. We just kind of, you know, go with the flow. All right. Shall we start experimenting with some silver, or do we start with, you know what? I've been eyeballing this glow in the dark stuff for this whole time, and I think I'm gonna have to do a couple of layers of it, or a couple of coats of it, before I really get the effect that I'm going for. So you know what? Let's start experimenting with some glow in the dark stuff. I want some green. Give me some of that green. All right. Here goes nothing. Let's see how this stuff works out. So this stuff is definitely on the more liquidy side. May have to do another couple of coats in here with some other colors to kind of get the look I'm going for. But it's a cool green. Yeah, this is definitely going to take a couple of coats. But that said, it does look cool. Just add some super runny black and wipe it off, then you'll get a more defined green pop. True, that is a good thought. There we are. Actually, another thing I think I want to try to do. We're going to take some yellow. Yeah, I was actually just thinking about that, of doing like a gradient sort of thing. The blue might be a little too dark, so maybe we try like a yellow and then blend it with the green. Because the idea is that I want something that's going to be far more luminescent compared to everything else, because everything else we have all these muted grays and silvers and black and stuff. I want it to be like a really bright color for the flame to really contrast. Maybe we do some of this pale saffron here. And maybe we add just a hint of this. Actually, no, not this blue, but maybe this. Yeah, the blue. We'll add a little hint of blue. Just a little smidge of something. Almost, it's a little too dark. Almost. Needs a little bit of white. And then just a hint more yellow. You're trying to rust armor? Ooh. That's fancy. Now you're getting super detail oriented. I love it. All right. This will be the experiment. I am in awe by y'all's painting skills, though. Oh, super mutants? Yeah, they need rest. True story. Although, painting skills, this is my 4th mini that I have ever painted. I appreciate it, but I will defer to the experts on this one. But I'm definitely very excited to see these super mutants, so please, show photos, April. Oh, well, thank you. Really appreciate that. You know, it's funny, this is not something I ever expected to... I might have mentioned it earlier, this was never something I really expected to get into. It just sort of, you know, happened by accident because, you know, discovered Fabled 42, loved them dearly, and it just started getting me hyped up about these things, getting hyped up about these characters, and I'm a very passionate person. When I get really passionate about something, I get really passionate about something, and these are all just characters that I started falling in love with, and because of that, I wanted to do them justice and bring them to life. So, and I admittedly have a lot of help, because with all of this amazing artwork that we frankly get spoiled by on this network, it gives me all the inspiration that I need to be able to make this happen. It's okay, we're all obsessed. Oh, good. We're a collection of obsessives. The fabled obsessives. You know, funny thing, now that the green is starting to dry on there, even though it's blending with the gray, the primer, it actually does create kind of a cool effect, although I'm gonna need more green. And you know, the 5-year-old in me is super excited to see how well this actually does glow in the dark. Alright, let's try our experiment here. Let's see how well this glow in the dark here blends with the yellow we did on the flame here. Hard to tell until it dries. Yes, this is glow-in-the-dark fluorescent paint. Legit glow-in-the-dark paint. Some Saint Asonia right now. Ooh. Is that the, Saint Asonia, is that the band that, the lead vocalist from 3 Days Grace transferred to? It's slipping my mind right now, but that sounds like them. Awesome. Yeah, that's some fun stuff. It just dawned on me that the reason I might be getting some funky colors with this green is because of the fact that I'm literally shining a light on it right now. Probably not going to show up much right now, but just for giggles, let's see. Hard to tell. I think I kind of prefer just the green on its own. Yeah, the yellow gives it kind of a weird undertone that I'm not really caring for too much. I think I'll just stick with this and then maybe, like Chris said, give it that really watered down black wash. Have to wait for that to dry before I can do anything further with it. Now, where is my tiniest brush? There it is. This is going to be hard. We're going to see if I can do this without screwing it up. Fortunately, skull eyes are easier than regular eyes. Yeah, yeah. There we are. Is he starting to look like Liuk from Death Note? Or any Shimigami for that matter. I can see that. Which one's Liuk again? I don't remember. Whose Shimigami was that? Ryuk was lights. I'm trying to remember. Oh, you did mean Ryuk. Okay, yeah. Oh, Ryuk. I need to give him an apple, though. Yeah, exactly. I need to give him an apple if we're gonna play that game. He's starting to look pretty good. Oh man, that green in the eyes worked exactly the way I hoped it would. So cool. Is the skull not an apple? Well, I mean, I guess it depends on who you ask, right? Alright, let's get some of this shiny silver mess here. Make sure we give that axe the business. Oh, there's an entire side of that axe that I missed. That won't do. Of course, now I'm gonna have to wait an extra minute for that handle to dry, because I missed so much of the black on there. But it's okay. Let's get back to doing our silvering. Sipped away. Ooh, looking good. Thank you so much. I'm liking where we're heading with this guy so far. Trying to start getting some of those finer details in here now. Still need to do another couple of coats on that glow-in-the-dark stuff, but yeah, I'm really happy with how he's turning out so far. Right, we gave him his studs. Now we need to give him his there's those nice metal looking boots. Alright, now give him some studs on his belt. Because you can't be a metalhead without a studded belt. True story. Have to have a studded belt. Of course, there's going to be that one that's hard to get to. There we are, studs all around. And it looks like the axe is starting to dry here, so we can start adding those fine details. Stud the horns, huh? Maybe. Once that's a little more, once, you know, yeah, I'll try that. Maybe we'll try that out. We'll see how that works out. I have my old studded belt somewhere. I believe it has a hymn buckle. Of course it does. I'm pretty sure I actually have somewhere in my collection at least one or two studded belts, you know, from back in the days when I wore pants. Maybe tip them in metal. Ooh, yes. That might work. I could see that working really well. Just give them some nice shiny silver tips. By the way, Solo, if you're still in chat, you talked me into starting Cursed. I've been enjoying it so far. Watch it, it's great, yep. So far, so good. Oh, you know what? This top here. This top needs to have some metal to it. You gonna watch it soon? Very nice. Yeah, I've been enjoying it so far, which is kind of a nice change of pace. I haven't really been super into a lot of Avalonian stuff lately because it often just feels overdone, but this has been really enjoyable. Oh yeah, look at that pommel. I do have some issues with the dialogue getting worse, but the plot is interesting, but it gets predictable. Yeah, that's unfortunately kind of the curse, pun intended, of a lot of new shows when people try to experiment with them. Dialogue is hard, man. Should probably have a movie TV show discussion channel on Fable 42. You know, you're not wrong. There's enough of this stuff going on that it probably wouldn't go amiss to actually start a channel for it. Yeah, it's looking real good there. Yeah, let's get some, since we're still on the metal color here, yeah, let's get a little bit of metal on those tips and see what that does for us. Ew, yeah. You know, it's not even much, but just, I don't know how well you all can see that on here, but just that little bit on the tip actually gives it a nice little definition. I like it a lot. The worst dialogue I've seen from a show was trying to be good. That was trying to be good was Jon Snow and Daenerys in season 8. Yeah. Season 8. I have so many thoughts on season 8 of Game of Thrones. But I mean, I think it's at this point I'm super jaded because I've already experienced so many amazing shows that I've really enjoyed that just ended terribly. But I did have high hopes for Game of Thrones, and then when it just ended, I was just like, yep, here it goes again. It needed that metal pop for sure. Yeah, Game of Thrones ended on season. Honestly, even season 7 had some issues, but definitely not to the degree of 8. Like 8 was pivotal of, you know, the show writers are just done and trying to wrap it up. Accidentally spilled too much Shadow Wash. Yep. Please, it ended on season 4. What was season 4? Remind me what was going on at that point in time, because frankly, at a certain point, the seasons kind of start to blend together. Was season 4 the second half of book 3? That sounds right in my head. You know what? Top and bottom are black, middle one is metal. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Just that little bit of flourish. I haven't read the books, but it's Daenerys freeing Marine and Oberyn. Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, that's all like the end of book 3. Because the Red Wedding happened in season 4, right? If the Red Wedding happened in season 4, that's the end of book 3. Red Wedding was season 3. Oh shit, okay. Was it really? Oh shit, yeah. No, you want to know what's really trippy? Go back, and I don't know if y'all have seen this, but there was a version of the Jungle Book made in the 90s. And funny enough, wasn't Sam Neill in that too? Anyways, but Lena Headey was the lead in that one. If you want something super trippy. Long before I even knew who Lena Headey was. Level 20 Battle Royale tournament is coming. F42 peeps, check your inbox. Oh, okay. You know, Solo, I can thank you for this. This has officially been the first campaign that I have ever been in playing a level 20 character. Absolute first for me. Yeah, I played Iron ZTO level 20, but got licked next time at level 14. Nice. Head it out. Post up a pic once you're done. Oh, for sure, man. You know there's gonna be pics. Now I just gotta find an appropriate backdrop for him. I've been using the back deck for a lot of the other pictures, but I think Izzy needs something a little more epic. Oh, a little more on the inside here. Yeah. The Battle Royale does sound intense. Of course, you know what's also going to sound intense is that 24-hour stream we got coming up in less than a month. I think the name of the game over the next, you know, couple major events we have going is how many different sessions can we have to raise our blood pressure? But yeah, they're all gonna be fun though, I can imagine. I can't wait. Alright, I feel like there's... Oh, there's the spot. Like, I knew there was a spot somewhere where I was missing some detail. "24 hours living off of coffee." True story. Shit. Too much. Too much. But you know what? He just happens to have a little bit more coverage in that area. That one armpit needs a little bit of censorship. It's too much armpit. It's too scandalous. Scandalous armpit. But you know what he needs? He needs more studs. He needs studs on his armbands. The tiny armbands that no one except for me will ever see. But I still need to put them there because, god damn it, they need to be there. There we go. I just got barred. Am I in the Battle Royale? I don't know yet. I don't recall if I've seen an invite or not. I don't remember when the date for it is. Is that during Ukodor Con? I'm player 6 in the 24-hour stream, I know that. Yeah, I'm definitely there for the 24-hour one. Final game is during Ukodor Con. First match should be prior. Oh, I see. So this is a series. I don't know, man. I'm intrigued, but I'd have to take a look at it. Obviously, when my hands aren't covered in paint. There we are. Look at those beautiful studs. Might use Carrigan again. Wait, which one was Carrigan? Was that your goblin? Was that the goblin you played in Peace of Mind? Because if it was the goblin that you were playing, I freaking loved her. Yeah, no, she was amazing. I loved her so much. You're playing in the Battle Royale? Oh my goodness. Here comes trouble with a capital solo. I have to do a double take when I see that name, because every time I see that name, I think Kerrigan. But even so, yeah, no, frickin' Kerrigan was amazing. I loved your character for her so much. And I mean, I might be biased because I think I found a newfound love for goblins, but even so, like, you showcased the grumpy older person in all of us, and I loved every minute of it. You wanted to call her Kerrigan too? Okay, good. It wasn't just me. Oh, she was your inspiration too. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So there's a little bit of mental synergy going on here. I'm not just completely losing my mind, at least not over this. I've had a small goblin hype since the end of 2019. It checks out. I'm trying to see if I can use one of these other, like a flat brush. I'm gonna use a flat brush here and try and see if I can smooth out some of this fire a little bit. A name on my PC starting with KY. Do you really like it or just a coincidence? Yep. Hey, you know what? Naming conventions, man. I mean, so far, I think Izzy and Saiyan are the only two characters that I have named that actually have last names. Mainly going for... Oh, my mouse is blocking your name, I can't read it. Mainly going for Boink, the wizard who got magical from being pushed off a cliff by his goblin friends and learns new spells by hitting his head against his spell book. It's really a rock with scribbles on it. I love it. That's amazing. That is a piece of art right there. The prefix for Ruby and Elven is KY. Ah, nice. That's another thing that I've definitely done with some of my characters. Which, I mean, I can save some of this stuff for the eventual Q&A tonight, but some of my characters, I come up with the names or naming conventions for them based on whatever their native language is. And so I often will try to look up and use, like, you know, fan-made translators and stuff like that to try and find out in other languages how certain words would be said and use that as my inspiration for how I come up with the names for the characters. That was how I ended up coming up with the name for the skunk in Cantor Chronicles. I looked up goblin. I was like, you know, I'm kind of curious. What would be an interesting, you know, goblin name for a skunk? It's like, oh, flower. What's flower in goblin? Oh, that's awesome. Yep, Dulcar is flower. That's how I came up with Kaibane Dark Ruby. Ooh, that's awesome. I like that a lot. Speaking of which, I've come to the realization that Izzy needs a little bit more bling on him. And I see at least two spots where it might be time for some color to be added. All right. Gonna do some red to start with. Then I'm gonna add in some of this blade steel, which is kind of a silver, and I'm hoping that it will give me some of that shimmer. I might need a bit more red. Now, tiny brush. That's a 3. There's a 4. Yeah, let's try you. Actually, this is a spot brush. Let's try the spot brush. Well, we'll mix it using you, and then we'll spot it using the other one. Yeah, it's got kind of a cool shimmer to it. So I'm going to be deviating from the art on here just a little bit, but I think it'll be appropriate for what I have in mind here. So first of all, he's got a little ring on his finger. That's the one. Anybody pumped for Edward Elric cosplay that Eddie is going to do now that he mentioned it? Dude, I'd need to bleach the hell out of my hair. But that being said, I do actually have his pocket watch. One of my nerdy collectibles. Got it as a gift for Christmas from one of my brothers. Actually, you know what cosplay I really want to do one day? That I just need to... I would really need to do a lot of work to get there, though. I really want to do a Alucard cosplay from Hellsing. Especially because I can avoid getting paint on them, but I got these a long time ago in the hopes that one day I could make that cosplay happen. Here, let's actually put them into frame here so y'all can see them. So spicy. But that's been a cosplay I've been wanting to do since high school that I've just never gotten around to. I was a lot more into cosplay back then. I'd love to get back into it again, especially, I mean, this isn't cosplay, it's Halloween, but for my wife and I, costumes was always a big thing for us. We would always love dressing up for Halloween, and we would love coming up with intricate ideas for things or how to come up with creative ways to reimagine an idea. I think he's looking pretty damn spicy here. How y'all feeling? You digging it? Are you digging Izzy right now? So spicy. I'll do another coat on those eyes there just because I want to make absolutely certain. Now I need to get some of this dragon gold. You know what? I'm not digging the gold. He's a silver guy. I thought I'd try changing it up by adding another color in there, but you know what? It's just not working, so we're gonna stick with the silver. Yeah, much better. Now the ever important question, what color should the base be? I have a twilight purple. Would that work, or would that clash too much? I think a vivid purple might actually look really good. Realized I missed a little part of his arm here. I think like the dark purple would actually go really well on the bottom. It's just flashy enough, but also subtle enough that the green will still pop. Let's try it. Let's try it. No time like the present to experiment, right? All right, let's see. Let's try it. Yep, I'm already feeling like this was the right choice. Yo, Anime Hybrid 666, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the madness that is painting miniatures and listening to heavy metal. I know, it's very appropriate, right? I'm loving it. I'm all for it. The main question is, if you're 555, then I'm 666. I don't know why I said that was a question, that was more of a statement, but you catch my drift. Right? And that lucky pick gets 777 on the lotto ticket, that's funny. Yep, purple was totally the right call. Thank you for talking me into it, Diane. That was the right choice. Right? It just pops with the green so well. I love it. I know I was a super hard sell on it, but thank you for, tipping me over the edge there. Trying to see if there's any other little details I've missed, but he's looking pretty darn good. Maybe get a little extra in the eyes, since the eyes are still not quite the green that I want them to be. I think the flames might need a little more touch up too. It was tough, but it had to be done. Doing important work here, Diane, important work. Get Eddie out of his own head and make him commit to a decision. Looks good. Thank you. No, I'm really digging how this is coming out. I'm so happy with this green. I mean, even if the glow in the dark doesn't work, it still looks so cool. Just look at that. So cool. Bright and happy. Just look how happy he is as he's ready to summon your doom. Doom, 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 doom. Bright and happy, but also scary. If that's the case, then that is exactly what I was trying to accomplish, so mission accomplished. Because honestly, in my head, that's what defines Izzy. All flash, all bang. Nice and scary, but also a goofball at the same time. Good news, folks, Izzy invented doom metal. That is the happiest version of doom metal I have ever experienced, if that's the case. That's amazing. Oh, yeah. I might wait before I do the lacquer on this guy because I'm not entirely sure if that glow-in-the-dark paint is going to need another coat or anything to get the full glow effect, but I think we're just about there. I think maybe another little spot on the eyes here, but I think we have Izzy. Sunshine and rainbows and doom and gloom and death. You know, the funny thing is that both metal creators and metalheads, at least a lot of the ones that I know, tend to be like some of the most chipper and happy people that I know. Like when they're not on stage, they're like sunshine and rainbows and everything's wonderful and butterflies. But then as soon as they get on stage, you know, they're this super frightening presence. I'm gonna scare you. It's like, it never ceases to amaze me. Yeah, no, it's a thing. Do what makes you happy. There we are. Folks, I present to you Izzy Leatherlung. I'm super happy with this. This makes me giddy. I'm so happy with how he's turning out. I like head trauma from metal. Is that happy enough? Well, you know, when the world is spinning and, you know, you can't count from 1 to bird, then, you know, I imagine you'd be pretty happy at that point. But yeah. So cool. I'm so happy. This is, honestly, this is one of the paint jobs that I was both most intimidated by and most excited for, because I've been wanting to paint Izzy pretty much since the character came into creation in the first place. So I'm so happy that finally could make this happen. And thank you all for sticking around and hanging out here and making this happen with me. Ugh. Oh man, I am sweaty. It is so hot in this office right now. But Izzy is painted. And now I'm out of minis. What am I gonna do? I need to come up with something else to paint now. Or either that, or maybe just start coming up with other projects to do in this time. I haven't done chainmail in a while. That could be a fun thing to try to do on stream. It'd be awesome to try to whip out my rings and my pliers and all that. I used to do chainmail all the time back in high school. It was such a fun project. It would keep me busy for hours. Just putting rings together and making jewelry. I used to really like doing it a lot. I got really good at some of the weaves. Can I send you all my mods? I mean, hey, you want to send them my way, I have paint. I can't promise they'll be pretty, but I can, at least try. Chainmail, please. All right. So I'm sensing some interest here, so cool. So maybe that might have to be a thing. But now y'all are going to make me have to get creative and come up with what the hell I'm going to make with this stuff. Oof, no pressure. But that'll be fun, though. No, I haven't done this in forever. I'm excited to give that a whirl. That could be fun. Because I'm enjoying this. I've been enjoying doing these little creative streams, something a little different than just the video games. Because don't get me wrong, I love me some Sea of Thieves, but every now and then it's kind of nice to change it up and change the pace now and then. But I hope you all had as much fun as I did watching paint dry. I know that in and of itself can be an invigorating experience, but y'all make good company. It's great to have the conversation, and thank you for hanging out with me this afternoon while we did some painting, had some fun, and brought a miniature to life. I sure as hell enjoyed it. Hope you did too. For the rest of this week, we got a bunch of stuff coming up. We have tonight, Sea of Thieves, which, as you all who were here in chat earlier saw, we are being graced by the presence of Mr. Solo, who's going to be joining the team, as well as a couple other folks you know and one other new person you might not know. So it'll be some good times. You'll want to check it out. And of course, on Wednesday, we have the season finale, the official final episode for season 1 of Realms of Ukodor. I'm not ready, y'all, but it's going to be great. There's going to be a lot of heart. There's going to be some tears. And hopefully at the end, we'll have some time to be able to answer some questions if y'all have any pressing questions that have been going on throughout the course of the series. It's gonna be intense, guys. I've gotten really attached to Sand, and it's gonna be really hard to say goodbye to him. I've gotten really attached to my other fellas at the table. Some amazing folks. Some of them are coming back for season 2, some of them aren't though. And it's gonna be hard. But still, all good things must come to an end. But I hope you all will be there. It's gonna be good. And then of course for the rest of the week, Thursday, more Sea of Thieves. And then Friday, Cantor Chronicles, art's back. We're gonna get into some trouble. We're gonna get into some butter. Hopefully we don't die again. I can't believe I rolled a natural 1 on a death save. That just... ugh. I was distraught, guys. I was distraught. I was afraid I was going to lose art, and my heart just about stopped when that 1 showed up on screen. But, whew. But anyways, Cantor Chronicles, it'll be good stuff. And then finally on Saturday, got another session of Sea of Thieves. So, it's got a full week. I'm ready for it. Anyways, thank you all for hanging out. It's been a blast. Can't wait to see you all later this week for more great content here, and of course, more great content on Fabled 42. Lots of fun stuff lined up. Thank you all for hanging out with me this afternoon. I hope I can see some of you tonight. Thank you for letting me be your discount bard. I'll see you all next time. And we're going to go ahead and send a raid over to our good friend Ali Jane 90, who is currently streaming World of Warcraft. She is actually going to be joining the Fable 42 network very soon in an up-and-coming show, so that's very exciting. But in the meanwhile, she's got her own stream going on here, so let's send her love her way. Thank you all so much, and I will catch you all in the next one.